Why hello there, my name is ChaninTaylor and thank you so much for clicking on this video. This is my first video of 2021 and this is my first video after my revamping of my channel. So this video is going to be different from any other video that I've done so far. This video is honestly going to be a little bit more serious, so if you're interested in hearing what I have to ramble about, stick around. As I've said several other times, I have a lot of ideas of videos that I'd like to make, and I know I haven't really gotten around to making any of those things that I want to make, but just kind of felt this urge to make a video talking about this specific thing that I have in my head. And I also thought this video would kind of be a good way to just start off the new year and kind of set the tone for my change in channel. So you could probably see by the title of this video that I want to talk about if your 2021 is off to a bit of a rough start. I can say that mine definitely is. It has not gone as planned so far, and I feel like I've seen a lot of other people who are going through something similar. So I kind of wanted to share a little bit about what's been going on in my life in regards to it being off to a rough start this year, and also wanted to kind of give a little bit of motivation and like an outsider perspective and just hopefully make you feel like you're not alone if you're feeling the same way, and just give you some words of encouragement to help you keep on swimming through this hopefully better year. I don't want to make this video to like give me sympathy, boohoo, poor me, because I know things in my life could be so much worse. I know that I am extremely fortunate and privileged in a lot of different ways, but I have experienced a couple things these last few weeks that have not been awesome, that have not allowed me to start the year off in the ways that I plan to. Just to kind of backtrack a little bit, as many others were, I was very excited for 2020 to be over, and I was very hopeful and excited for a new year and like a mental fresh start. I had set some goals and I felt so motivated to start working towards them, and I felt so focused and just like really ready to tackle this and to like make this my year, which I still plan to do, but I do have to say, like, starting off, I don't feel I've been able to jump into those things the way that I'd planned to. Just to give a little bit of an overview of like what I've been going through personally, my very first week of January started off with me testing positive for COVID, which was not awesome, but like I am here, I am alive and well, and I'm doing okay. I'm well aware that this is something that's very serious and very scary for a lot of people, and I'm very fortunate and thankful to be in a demographic that's not at risk. Like, I'm 23, about to be 24. I don't have underlying health issues. I'm not immunocompromised. Like, I try to take pretty good care of myself. So this is something that I know I'm gonna recover from and I'm gonna be okay. Even though getting COVID, like, it does suck, I am actually very fortunate that it's taken this long for me to get it, that I have been able to stay healthy and safe for like this past year that it's been going on. So for me to get it like during cold and flu season, which is when I typically get sick anyways, like I really can't complain too much about that. And I was also very lucky to have the ability to stay at home so I could quarantine and I could allow my body to heal. I was able to still work if I felt up to it. If I didn't feel up to working from home, like I was able to rest, and I just have a really great workplace that was extremely understanding and very happy to help me in any way that they could. So I'm extremely thankful for that. So starting off the month of January, like right off the bat, starting with a nearly 2-week quarantine is definitely not how I expected my year to start. My boyfriend was quarantined with me as well because he was exposed when I was, so I was happy to have him at home with me too. Thankfully, although he also tested positive, he's been completely asymptomatic, feeling fine, so he's been able to help me out when I'm not feeling up to it. It's only been a little over 2 weeks since I was exposed. I probably seem completely fine, like I haven't had anything wrong with me, but I did pretty much experience almost all of the cold and flu symptoms that are common. My taste and smell is still gone, slowly coming back each day, but mostly not there. It is a little bit harder to breathe with the mask, and when I move around just doing typical like household things that normally would not tire me out, they do tire me out, and I still have like a little bit of a lingering cough and some phlegm. You know, just symptoms that I know will go away with time, but they're not really like inhibiting me from functioning. So I am no longer contagious. I have been cleared to return to work, and I started making that transition last week, so I hope that it's all just up from here. So if anyone's been in my shoes in terms of starting the year off with COVID, I know what it's like and it sucks and I'm sorry, but I hope that you are able to get through it and you're able to stay home, take care of yourself, and keep others safe during these really weird and uncertain times. I am going to be getting the vaccine through my job here in the next phase of things, I believe, which I'm super excited for, and I hope that those of you who are able to get the vaccine take advantage of that. So anyways, end the COVID chapter. I'm so effing tired of hearing the word COVID, about saying the word COVID. Just as much as the rest of you, I just want this to be over. So moving on to another thing that I experienced that I didn't expect. So while I was in quarantine, my childhood cat passed away and crossed the Rainbow Bridge. His name is Andy, and he was a few months shy of turning 17, which I know is old for a house cat. I knew he was kind of on his last legs. His health started declining these last few months, and kind of every day that we had with him was like a blessing and a miracle, honestly. We also kind of knew that if we got him through Christmas, that we would likely lose him at some point, you know, in the year of 2021, but it just kind of happened unexpectedly because it seemed like he was doing so much better for a while and kind of leveled out, and then he just, you know, how animals do when they're about to pass away, they just start acting really funky the first few days before, and then they pass on. It really sucks and it breaks my heart. I don't really know what life is like without this cat existing in this universe with me, although when I moved out a few years ago, I made the decision to leave him at home with my parents, not to disrupt his lifestyle, because my life has been all over the place in terms of like moving and roommates and things like that. You know, he was still my baby, my OG son is what I would call him, and I got him when I was like 6 years old. So, you know, he's been there pretty much through everything in my life, and I always used to joke about him being immortal because he truly was healthy his entire life, never had a single issue, and didn't start showing any signs of like decline in his health until a few months ago, which is crazy, but I'm thankful for it. I've experienced pet and furry companion loss, however you prefer to refer to animals that you live with, but I've experienced loss with that before, but it's been about 3-4 years since I have, and this one was just a little different because he was like my cat growing up. I am thankful that I was able, since I was no longer like in the window of being contagious, although I did still, you know, wear a mask and all that, I was able to get over to my mom's house as he was passing, and I was able to say goodbye and be with him, and honestly that's all I could have asked for. You know, he passed, I hope peacefully, I hope painlessly, from the comfort of his home, surrounded by people that loved and cared for him, and I think that's kind of the best thing you could hope for in that situation. So if you believe in any type of afterlife, you know, if you want to call it heaven or something else, I would like to think that's where the souls of our furry friends go, and that thought is just kind of comforting me through these times. He'll always be irreplaceable, he'll always have a special place in my heart, and always love him and miss him. But yeah, so that was not how I wanted or thought that I would be starting off my year. And for anyone with female anatomy, on top of having COVID and dealing with my cat's passing, I also got my wonderful monthly lady gift, which just amplified all of my feelings, and it was just a really hard time. But coming out of it now, and now that I've been back to work a few days, I'm starting to feel better. Some time has passed since Andy has passed away. Like, I'm starting to feel like my head is clearing out and I'm able to kind of refocus and process everything that's been going on lately. Anyways, as I said earlier, I wanted to talk about if your 2021 is off to a rough start or is just not going as planned. I do have some insight that I want to share that hopefully can be helpful to you if you haven't heard it from anybody yet, or if you're kind of struggling and feeling discouraged because your year is not starting off how you wanted. So the thought that's really been getting me through, and that's kind of helping me feel more motivated to start working on my goals like I had planned to come the beginning of this month, just remind yourself that, like, even if this first month or even the first 2 or 3 months of this year don't go as planned and life is throwing like tons of curveballs at you, and like if shit honestly is just hard and it sucks and you're just having a difficult time, like if this first month sucks, there's 11 more months of this year. If January and February suck, there are 10 more months of the year. There's still so much time, and we need to just try really hard to like not let these first few months, or whether it's difficult days or difficult difficult weeks. Like, not let these things define how your year is gonna go, and just say like, well, it's already off to a shitty start, so like, why even try? Like, I'll try again next year. And you know, it's just really easy to feel defeated when you're not feeling like you're able to work on the things that you want to right from the get-go. Honestly, during quarantine, I was really struggling. Like, I feel like I'm wasting so much time. Like, I have all this time at home, but I feel like shit and I can't do these things that I want. Like, right now I should be like at the gym, right now I should be making art, right now I should be trying out new recipes, or you know, just tapping into my creativity, like trying to better myself, like all those types of things. And honestly, I struggled really hard with not beating myself up about it and trying to tell myself that, like, you know, I am sick, or I have these things going on that are making me feel this way, and like, you know what, like, when I feel better, I can start. When I feel better, it could be tomorrow, it could be next week, it could be next month. I know I'm rambling a lot, but the point I'm trying to make here is that just because you fall off the wagon, or you are at the wagon stop and you miss the wagon, the thing that is most important is just that you get back on, or you catch the next one, catch the next wagon, because we're all Amish and our transportation is wagons. Like, no offense to Amish people, I commend you for your lifestyle, to be honest. But anyways, I'm trying really hard to just like not let that spark for my 2021 goals fizzle out just yet. I'm still like very excited to start working towards them, and I'm very excited to see what good things do come out of this year. Even if it started off kind of shitty and some things happened that I didn't expect to, like, there's still so much time for the universe to bless me, and there's still so much time for me to work towards my accomplishments and change things in my life and work on those goals that I have set for myself. I used to struggle a lot with like an all or nothing mentality, and I think a lot of people struggle with that as well. My mental health is one of my goals for this year, and I think that all or nothing mentality kind of comes into that, you know, so not beating yourself up right away and not losing motivation if things aren't going as planned from the start. If you're feeling any similar ways, or going through anything similar, or anything that's even, you know, worse, whatever, everyone's life is different, just please don't give up yet. Please don't lose faith in what this year has to offer. I know that 2020 really sucked, and I think 2021 will be better, but I don't think we should expect it to be like a magical fix-all year. I think it's going to be a year of growth and transition, and those two things are really hard too, but they're always worth it. So honestly, I think that this is going to be like the year of the glow up for hopefully a lot of things in this world. And also keep in mind that I know there's some things going on in the world, like what happened at the Capitol, and you know, Trump just being a dill hole, like all of that stuff is really stressful too. And you know, even if things are still kind of off to a rough start with external factors and things that we really don't have that much control over in our day-to-day lives, you still have your personal life, and you are still in control of your actions and the choices you make. And like, just for example, even if you're like, I really hate my job, but I really need the money right now, I signed a contract and I have to be here for X amount of time, or it's just gonna make my life so much harder if I leave, you know, that for example, which that's not anything I'm going through right now, that's just an example. You know, even if that's something that you feel like you can't change right now, then look at other parts of your life that you can change. Like, how can I make my living space more relaxing when I come home from a hard day at work at a job that I don't like? Or how can I take care of myself on the weekends or do something for me? Or how can I spend more time with family? Or how can I tap more into my creativity? You know, those other parts of your life where that stressor isn't, how can you enhance that and make that better? What other things are you in control of, and what other things in your life can you work on? If you clicked on this video because you feel like your 2021 is off to a bit of a rough start or an unexpected start, like, I am sincerely sorry, but I do understand, and I am here for you, and I support you, and I believe in you. And you know, we still have so much time. Every day is kind of a fresh start in terms of the choices that we make. I just want to encourage all of you who are having a hard time right now to not give up yet, to not lose faith yet. You know, just think about how much time there is to get better, how much time there is even still set goals if you still want to do that, and to tackle whatever goals you have for this year. And you know what? Small victories count too. So even if you had a shitty day, and instead of saying like, okay, I'm gonna make the rest of my day shitty too. Like, I'm gonna eat like crap and I'm gonna lay around my house and do these things that don't make me feel better. Be like, you know what? I did have a shitty day, but you know what? I still got out of bed and I still took a shower and I still cleaned my bathroom toilet. Small things like that are still worth being proud of yourself for. Anyways, I hope I can trim this down into something that's like not super rambly and has some type of like purpose to it. This is really not a super planned video. This is very like relaxed and chit chatty, so I hope I did okay. But anyways, thank you so much for watching this video if you got this far. I hope that if your year is starting off kind of sucky, I hope that it gets better. Actually, you know what? No. I know that it will get better, and I believe in you and that you will make it better. Right now, we need to lift each other up and support each other, you know, because a lot of things are very out of control right now still, and I know that there's a lot of people that don't feel like they're in a good place. As I said earlier, I think this year will be a year of growth and transition. We are all in this together. We are all in this life together. We are all in this universe together. So just support your friends, check in on them, check in with yourself, maybe write down some goals and ask yourself how you can start working towards them. Don't be afraid to start tackling those goals. We are still in the beginning of this new year and we still have so much time to accomplish the things that we have set out to accomplish. So be well, stay healthy, stay safe, and I will hopefully see you guys for a more fun, less depressing video. Thanks! And obviously this wouldn't be a video of mine if I didn't show you my beautiful sleeping angel kitty Giblet, who is peacefully slumbering in his most favorite place, his window bed. So here we go. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. See you guys next time.